welcome to Lady Lilacs Creations. I know it's been a minute. I unintentionally took August off. I had way too much stuff in my personal life going on. But I hope everybody had a great summer. Everything's back to school. Okay, so today we're going to be making little paracord karate people. You can turn these into keychains or just, I don't know, whatever you want to turn them into. I don't actually show the keychain part, but you can always add in a loop. You're going to start with a piece of paracord and put it through a wooden bead. And you're going to grab a nice longer piece of paracord. I'm going to cut there. Let's see, I'm trying to show you. It's longer than the body. You're going to end up cutting off some stuff anyway. You're going to be working backwards from the feet, which I'm stringing through the loop right there, working your way to the head. Now, it's kind of off camera, sorry. It's hard to see what my camera is filming while I'm crafting. Okay, so you're going to, I think it's called a crowbar knot. I'm not 100% sure on that. You're going to cross one string over, put the other string on top of that one, go under the two, through the loop, and pull. I did not speed this video up because it honestly doesn't take that long, so you get to see it all done in real time. Again, cross it over, the other one goes over that string, under the two strings, and through the hole, and pull. You gotta make sure your tots are nice and not. Got that? Okay. Your knots are nice and tight. Again, cross it over, cross the other one on top, under the two, and through the loop and pull. You can fix them up, make sure they're straight. So you can see my guys trying to go crooked and wonky. Again, cross it over. The other one goes on top, underneath, through the hole, and pull. I think you get it. You're going to go pretty much until you think you have a big enough body. It's up to you. It's all personal preference. Cross, under, pull. And again, fix up your knots. Doing another one. So hopefully you don't hear my air conditioner running. Sorry. Okay, so I think that's good. So you're just gonna grab all the knots that you did and slide it up towards the bead, like that. And you want to make sure you still have that loop there if you want to turn it into a keychain or something. It's also what holds the head on. So now you're going to make hands and feet. So you're just going to tie a simple knot in the hand about as long as you want it to be. The other little guys I did on the side, I did not do that with, and I ended up not liking it as much. I like it with the knots. Okay, so you just tie a simple knot about as long as you want the arm to be. So you're going to have extra that's going to be cut off. I decided that arm was too short, so I was going to go back and fix my knot. All I had to do is loosen it and scoot it down a little. Okay, and you do the same with the feet. Tie a simple knot about as long as you want his feet to be, or his legs. Again, always make sure your knots are nice and tight. Okay, now you're going to need scissors and a lighter. You're going to cut it off, not too short because you need to melt it and stick it. That's what the lighter is for. So because that's going to fray when you cut it, so you're going to use a lighter to melt the end. Don't catch it on fire, just melt it a little. And I use the edge of the lighter to squish it down. And that one I left a little too long. So I'm going to trim it and do it again. Again, just melt the end. And squish. And careful not to burn yourself. Again, you want to cut it, not too long, not too short. You save those scrap pieces because if they're long enough, you could use them for something else. Melt it. Squish it. Why'd I use the side of the lighter? So I don't burn my fingers, that's why, because that gets hot. You could use your scissors, the edge of your scissors, you could use the edge of the lighter. Same thing on the feet. Now, if you know anything about karate or taekwondo or any of those martial art things, there's different color belts. You can do any color belt you want. For this little guy, I just decided to go with your traditional black belt. So you grab your black paracord. You don't need too big of a string because, it's not going to be a very big belt. I'm going to clip off the sealed end. So if you wiggle it, you'll see that white stuff inside. You want to pull that out. Pull out the guts. Now that piece of paracord goes nice and flat, making it easier to obviously lay flat against the waist. So you're just going to tie that around. Again, make sure your knots are nice and tight because you don't want them to slip off. Fixing where I wanted it to be there. Tightening it up again. Good and tight. And then you just trim that belt to the length you want it. And again, you're going to burn the ends and squish it flat. Yeah, make sure you hold the arms and stuff out of the way. So this one I'm laying against the edge of my scissors and using the bottom of the lighter to just kind of squish it flat instead of... I should have showed a better picture of what I was doing, but... So now you have a little black belt paracord. Like I said, I usually turn them into keychains. You could, I don't know, I guess you could go crazy and make a mobile with them for kids. Yeah, you could do anything you want with them. But I think they're super cute. A little kung fu fighting. Oh, don't want to get copyrighted. Don't do that. So I hope you like the video. And like I said, you could do them in any color. There's a brown belt, white belt, which you start with, another black belt. I had a yellow belt, but I don't know where that disappeared to. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!